Well, it is the 6th, so I'll meet you back after, so I didn't, I left everything in my office. But I can swear, all he has to do is.
Good evening, everyone. This is the Selectmen meeting for January 16 at 6:02. This meeting is being recorded and broadcast via local cable access, channel WCAT, Zoom, Facebook, and YouTube. If anyone in the audience is recording, please let us know. When you speak to us, come to the podium, state your name and where you're from, representing a board or just a resident. And we're going to start with a Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Today, we don't have our town administrator present. He is in another duty tonight. And we're going to start with a report from the police chief regarding the interview and selection process for the vacant position of police surgeon.
Good evening, everyone. Jeremy Lett, Chief of
Good
Police.
evening.
All right. So we had a vacant sergeant's position that I was looking to fill, and the town approved it back in the funding it back in the last town meeting. So what I did was I wanted to make it as fair as possible. So I created a panel made up of Jim Ferrera, our town administrator, Chief Lavoy, the fire chief, Chief Haglin, police chief from West Brookfield, Lieutenant Wickham, and myself. It consisted of 15 oral interview questions. There was 3 scenario-based questions. All the same questions were asked by all the applicants. We had 5 internal applicants that were interested in the position that went through the process. After we did the interviews on November 6th, and then we met again after we had to do the sergeants, the pay, we had to get all that corrected first before we could actually come in front of you. So we met again on the 14th of January, and the board, the panel made a decision. We went through all of our scorings. Officer Williams came on top. We then discussed Officer Williams and if there was any reason to bypass him. We didn't come up with any. We actually then spoke with him about all the good things that he's done for the department. And so Officer Williams, he has taken his initiative since he's been here to improve our department, whether it be just cleaning up in the station. He took an initiative to reorganize our conference room so it was easier so we could put on trainings, reorganize the patrolmen's rooms, he's always willing to come in and help out. He came to me, he wanted to start doing grants, which was great, because that was something I really needed help with. He took it upon himself, found a class, went to grants class, and he's been helping me in putting in for all the grants. He's the reason why we got the shields that we just got. He found it, applied for it, and we got it. So he's been a real big help with that. He's always willing to go to trainings. This file right here is all the training that he's been to. He's our firearms instructor, our taser instructor, our sexual assault investigator. And like I said, he's always willing to help out the department and come in when there's open shifts. So I kind of combined the two, I guess. I described what the process we went through, but I also told you our candidate, which I kind of jumped ahead from a number on you. But the process itself, like I said, we wanted to make it fair. We had the questions that we asked everyone the same, and we graded each question on how everyone answered them. That's how we came up, the panel came up with the candidate that we're putting forward in front of you.
Thank you, Chief. I bet it's very difficult when all candidates are highly qualified for the job, huh?
It was very difficult. It was nice to tell a person that they got the position, but it was terrible to tell the other four that they didn't get the position. That was actually very hard on me, because I think highly of everyone in the department, and so it was a good day and it was a sucky day.
It's too bad. Ideally, we can't have all 5 sergeants.
Yeah, correct.
Any questions?
No, I just want to thank you for your due diligence on being able to go through all the candidates, evaluate them fairly, and identify Officer Williams, which he clearly stands out. I've been watching him for a while in the department and seeing what residents have been saying about him also, and they're very happy to have him in the community. And we're very lucky to have an officer like him, and now a sergeant like him, hopefully soon. Can't say that till we actually take the official vote. But it's very impressive to have police officers like that. And I have to say, it had to have been a really hard process, because all 5 candidates are awesome. We have an amazing police department in our town, and we are very blessed right now to have them. And, you know, I just want to say we keep on getting good things here. There's more good things coming down the line. And I hope everybody sticks with us and stays dedicated to the town, because there's still more good things to come. And you know you'll always have the support of this board. We will always back you and protect you any way we can, and, you know, get you whatever you need. So thank you very much, Chief. Great job. And I think you made a great choice, but it was also a very difficult choice.
Very. When I was telling everyone, I said, there's no way I could have done this if I had to just pick somebody myself. I'm glad that I picked a panel of 5 other people I think very highly of to assist in that, because there's no way I would have just been able to say, okay, you. It would have been very hard.
Promote them all.
Yeah.
Well said. Rich?
I'm not sure I can add a whole lot, but it sounds like the process was fair and like you thought it out and stuff, so that's good.
Very good. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
So now we proceed on the discussion and possible vote to appoint the recommended candidate for the position of police sergeant. Anticipated vote.
Okay, Officer Williams, come up and speak.
It's your time to shine.
Oh, so first I want to say thank you, obviously, to Chief Millett, to you gentlemen, the town administrator who's not here now, and everybody that's here. Thank you guys for being my support system, and whenever I need something, always being there. To me, this is a great honor. When they told me that they asked me if I still wanted the position, I was like, yes, absolutely. I'm here for the town, and whatever my department needs, here, you know, to help out and obviously to do the best I can for the town.
Thank you, officer. That's very congratulations to your possible
Thank you.
position, very possible. And I guess you guys want to say something before we make a motion?
No, again, you heard what I said. Thank you very much for everything you've been doing for the town. You stand out amongst some really good people. And it's hard to do that, but I talk to a lot of residents, and I don't hear anything bad about any of our officers around, but you seem to come up a lot, and people are always saying good things, and that's very impressive in a small town like this. And, you know, we listen to the radios, and we hear the activity, and we hear guys being very proactive in the community, and that's amazing because we want to keep our town safe. And the only way we can keep it safe is to have you guys doing your job and not be afraid to do it. And we don't ever want you to be afraid to do your job. And with good leadership and a potential sergeant being in a good leadership position, with a lieutenant that's here, an amazing chief, you guys are set up to just do amazing things. And I want to see more grants, because now that you're going to potentially have the stripes, I want to see you start earning some of them grants, because these guys need more stuff.
Yeah, well, definitely.
And whatever you need, you come to us and talk to us, because you know we'll be here for you.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you. Rich?
Yeah, well, congratulations on being selected as the candidate. It's great to have you in that position, or soon to be, right?
Very soon.
Yeah.
No kidding. Anything you guys need or anything, the doors are open to all three of us, well, 4 or 5 of us, and, this is something very good for the town, and I'm very happy about it.
Let's do
so you guys ready for a motion?
it. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to make a motion to appoint Charles Williams to the position of police sergeant for a 1-year term.
Do I have a
Actually,
second?
Charlie. Sorry, my mistake.
His real name is Charlie.
Charlie Williams
Oh,
to the position of police sergeant for a 1-year term.
Do I hear a
Second.
second? All in favor?
David Dufresne, aye.
Rich Ihacker,
Oh.
aye.
I made another mistake.
The paperwork says 6 months.
6 months.
6 months probation.
Make up my mind before I swear him in.
You're killing me here.
I'm sorry. I
So
did
it's-
this before I did that.
Nope. So I'll
No, it's-
redo
no,
my
you're right.
motion.
No, you're right.
Are you
It's 6
sure?
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to appoint Charlie Williams to the position of police sergeant for a term of 6 months.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
David Dufresne, aye.
Rich Ihacker, aye.
Derek Bellis, aye. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Absolutely.
Good job, Chief.
Thank you.
No,
Okay.
no, come up here.
Rich. Hey, Laurie, everyone. Chief.
Jump in over there too.
Everyone.
I'll look professional.
I don't think the room is big enough.
That's your boy? Oh.
Where's my boy Logan? Come in.
Yeah.
That's my boy.
Right here, bud.
There you go. Right here. There you go. You're the man of the hour, sit in the middle.
Everybody say you sewed on the stripes too early, I saw that. Good to go?
Oh, no, don't go anywhere. Lori?
Oh, let's
All
get
right,
this
would
too.
you like to be sworn in officially?
Absolutely.
Don't wanna block anybody.
No, stand right in front of them, you're in the
Okay,
picture.
you ready? Would you please raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear to perform your duties as an officer in the town of Lawrence to the best of your knowledge and ability, so help you God?
I do.
We're there. Here we go.
All right, put your hand back up.
Ready?
Wait,
Here we
he's
go.
gonna put your-
Ow. I think you go all the way in.
Go all the way.
See how tough you tap on there.
I'll get this in. There we go.
Here's the vest. Can you please sign saying you've been sworn in? Awesome.
All right, turn around, let's see what you.
Awesome.
Very
It's
good.
official now.
That's my word.
You are official.
We're certainly to be a.
No, but you're right. But I typed this up before I got the letter from the
It's perfect. I
chief.
mean, so we'll just make sure we get it redone. Okay.
All that.
Someone will need my notary assistant, so I gotta get back to my own business.
All right.
Birds, there we
Make sure that it didn't disappear when we did it. Because they want it, not easy.
Good.
You got that?
I'm in the line here.
Like, no. Get some other time.
That's why they're still alive.
You can't wear that one.
Thank you everyone for coming. Thank you. Take care. Thank you everyone. Gentlemen.
Thank you. Nice to see you too.
Take care, Brett.
That's their hat, you gotta give it back. No, I got some more hats for you.
That's good. I love doing that. It's the best part of this job.
Wow, it feels like the meeting's over.
Yeah.
Bye, Jim.
Take care, Jim.
Jim? Wait, Jim? Will you give this to Charlie, please?
You're still there.
Does Lori need a copy?
No, Lori doesn't need a copy.
So next, in our meeting, we have a discussion and review with a possible vote to adopt complete street policy for the town. Anticipated vote.
And Jeremy should be on. Where's Jeremy on?
He's not. Do we want to move this lower?
Let's hold it until he comes
Yeah.
in.
I mean, that was the whole point of waiting a
He's
week.
He's not coming in, he's gonna Zoom.
I know,
Yeah.
but he's not there yet. So once he's there,
Yeah.
we finish what we're doing and we push them in. There's a discussion and possible vote to hold the Memorial Day celebration on Saturday, May 24th, 2025, this year at 10 a.m. Anticipated vote.
Okay. The veteran agent came to me and asked me if, because we had to hold it so late on a Sunday, she says it got so hot and everybody's in their uniforms and they have to go up the big hill and everything else. So she asked if it would be okay with the select board if we moved it to Saturday at 10 a.m. instead of Sunday at 1.
Oh, just, so why not? Okay, well, whatever.
What was your idea?
Well, she
Well, so-
can't do it Sunday morning because the person that does the band apparently is in church or something. So
Joinville.
he can't,
Oh, okay, all right.
so we can't do it any earlier on
Hey,
Sunday.
can he
And
do it Saturday?
He can do it Saturday.
And she just
Everybody's
wants
good
to
with it
move
on
up
Saturday.
To the morning, so it's not as
On-
hot.
Yeah,
Yeah, sure,
I'm good with that.
whatever.
It's
Yeah.
good with
It
me.
makes sense to be able to do it on a Saturday anyways, because then it gives everybody time to relax and,
Yeah,
And go to
you know,
church on
Saturdays,
Sunday.
it's a little easier to do. So,
and earlier is better because it's not so hot.
yeah.
yeah.
And we can hang out longer, right? Is she gonna
Yeah.
do the thing
Yes,
afterward?
she is.
Cool. That was a great time last year.
Yeah. She does a good job.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
What's
I'll
her
make a
name
motion
again?
to approve and
Michelle.
hold the Memorial Day celebration on Saturday, May 24th, 2025 at 10 a.m.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
David Dufresne, aye.
Richi Hacker, aye.
Derek Bailey's aye. It's approved. Saturday, May 24th at 10 a.m. Everybody is welcome. Next, we have a possible vote to authorize Selectman Rich I. Hacker to cast any necessary votes to act on the town's behalf at the 2025 MMA conference. Anticipated vote. What are you doing, Rich?
I'm texting Travis because he said I didn't let him in to Zoom, but he's not.
Oh. No, I was asking about the motion.
Oh. Oh, because I'm going to the MMA, so there's at least one opportunity where I vote, and it's at the, I don't remember what part it is, but like vote for officers in the.
Oh, over there at
The Select Board Association or something like that.
Of course.
And there may be other things, but, just so you know that
You
I'm.
two guys are going, right?
No, I'm not going.
You're not going?
No,
I'm okay with you doing that.
Okay.
I'm good with it. So we'll make a motion. So
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to authorize Rich I. Hacker to cast any necessary votes and to act on the town's behalf at the 2025 MMA conference.
Do we have a second?
You have to.
You have to do it.
Second, all in favor?
David Dufresne, aye.
Derek Bailey's aye. You're good to go, sir.
Thank you. I'm still communicating with Travis.
You want a minute or so?
He says he can't get in, so, well, let me just, no, I'm good, go ahead.
Because this is being recorded anyway, I can send it to him, the recording.
Yeah. I don't know if I have the, well, whatever.
I wonder if that's why
Photocopiers?
Yeah, let's talk about the,
Jeremy can't get in.
discuss on the
Can
upcoming
you text him?
recall copier
I don't have
lease
my phone.
expiration and lease and options.
This is you, though. It's the copier.
Hold on, I'm texting Jeremy now.
You're busy.
I know, he's over there,
I think something's messed up with Zoom.
multitasking.
Should I try to log in?
Yeah, sure. I'm trying, he says. All right, let me close this meeting. So I'm gonna close this meeting and start it all over again.
Okay. So we'll have two recordings.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Let's try this again.
Would anybody like a mint?
I'm good, thank you.
Thank you.
Let's see if that's any better.
Joe?
Recording in progress.
There we go. There it is. All righty. Let me text Travis. There we go.
Recording in progress.
So we're good, right?
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Okay, we're on the
We had to
copiers.
make sure that people can, right?
So regarding the copier lease, Jim was gonna get some more options from the guy who gave us the lease. But basically, we can either do a new lease, we can extend the lease, or we can do a buyout. And so that's kind of what we were looking at. But he was gonna get more options, maybe doing like a one-year lease. to extend it
Okay.
instead. Jim says all the machines are in really good shape, so we may not need to do a new lease, we just may want to extend it. So he's waiting for more numbers.
Wasn't something about like we had 6 copiers and we were paying for 7 or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, something got messed up.
They never did, they never installed one down at the senior center.
Well, she said it was too big for her office or
It
whatever,
was.
so they sent it back. And they gave her a printer, like just a regular computer printer instead, which,
But were we getting charged for a full size?
Yes,
yeah, but Jim talked to the guy today and he said, well, there's, the toner's more expensive and some other stuff. And I'm just like, I don't know, it didn't
It'd be
really.
cheaper to just buy her
$500
a
printer.
printer.
Printer, yeah, so I don't know what's up with that.
Yeah, if that's the case, I would just say, take that one off the lease
Yeah, renew it
and
without.
renew it with just the ones that we actually have copiers for,
Yeah,
and then just buy her a new printer for the
Right.
office if that's what she needs.
Yeah, we just got a grant, right? For computers?
yeah,
But we also have that money for technology and computer upgrades,
yeah.
which would go back in the general fund, but we could use just a little bit of that to,
So once he comes
Yeah,
up with the
sure.
numbers,
Mm-hmm.
and also the numbers of by cutting that printer, and we multiply that by 12, and that's the money that we have for the printer,
Yeah, exactly.
basically.
Yeah,
So we're gonna put this on hold until
Yeah.
we get the numbers?
yeah, so probably next week or the week after.
Okay. Well, we're not having a meeting
Oh,
next
yeah.
week,
So-
possibly.
Yeah, the week after.
How come no meeting next week?
Nobody's gonna be here.
I'm gone, Jim's gone, and Karen wants a day off.
No, Karen is trying to do conservation training.
At Mason's Grill.
No,
Apparently there's
no.
training.
really?
Yeah.
Can we get training too? Very good. So everybody,
At least they're not flying her out to Hawaii for a meeting or something like that.
That's in March, actually.
That's the March one?
that's the
Yeah,
March.
yeah.
March 1st,
Sounds
just for a
good.
day.
Heads up, there's no meeting next week. Next, review and possible vote on a contract amendment between the town and Central Massachusetts Regional Planning.
Sorry, should we go to Complete Streets?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, is
Yes,
he
it's
here?
Jeremy's here.
Jeremy's
Oh, yeah, let's go back to
Jeremy. Okay.
discussion and possible vote. No, discussion and review with a possible vote to adopt complete streets policy for the town. Anticipated vote. Jeremy, you want to have the floor to yourself right now and tell us about it?
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Alright, yeah, anyway, so Complete Streets. Something we've been working on for quite a long time now. It is a program that almost all the communities in the state at this point are pretty much involved in or getting involved in. It's basically a grant program to help us with safety in our streets. Mostly it's, they like to look at transportation as a whole, including transporting as pedestrians down the street, bicyclists down the street, cars and trucks down the street. And basically, it's a policy that the state kind of implemented to give us the opportunities to make upgrades in these places where most communities can't afford to do. The wording on it seems a little, like wants to hold you to this exact standard, which is why I was actually kind of a little hesitant at first to get involved. But then I realized that the state allows all these exemptions where basically it puts a committee in charge, a Complete Streets Committee, and in this case, it would be the Community Development Advisory Committee. And we get to determine whether or not a street is capable of upgrades that would fit this format. And if we feel like the project can't fit the Complete Streets format, we would then be able to vote to allow that project to be exempt from this format. And there's a million other cases where we'll be able to apply for a lot of different grants that are involved in this. There's basically for like crosswalks and safe intersections And like I said, sidewalks, you can add sidewalks to streets where they don't exist or redo them using this grant. There's really a lot of options. And the way it's been set up in the past is they allow you about 300 or $330,000 every 3 years. So you basically get to hit the reset button every 3 years and apply for another $300,000+ worth of grants. So I really, this is a no-brainer. Once I realized there was an exemption where we're not tied to this program for every project, I felt like it's definitely something we need to be involved. The state wants us involved. It's just a matter at this point. Let's vote on this, get this, accept this policy, and we can move forward. And I can start applying for grants.
Very good, Jeremy. And I'm sorry I have to make the dumb question. What will happen if we don't accept this?
Policy.
Simply, we do not get accepted into the program, and I can't apply for any grants that are involved with this program. So it's basically throwing away an opportunity to go after anywhere from $100,000 to $300,000 a year in grants. So,
Yeah.
like I said, it's a good deal.
Sir, guys, you have any questions?
I do. Is there any reason you can think of that you wouldn't want to be in this program? It seems like there are some good stuff, but what's the one negative thing that makes you kind of hesitant to vote for this?
The one thing I would say that makes me a little hesitant is the fact that it's a difficult, outline to follow. They make it kind of, they really want you to include bike lanes where you can put a bike lane. They really want you to make the good sidewalks where you can put the sidewalks. Sometimes they even ask you if they can maybe make a street one way. So if it's not wide enough, they can still incorporate all these things and leave enough space for your traffic to maneuver up and down the street. Because again, this is not a program about making it safe for cars. It's making it safe for everyone on the street. And ADA compliancy, we need to make sure that wheelchairs and people with disabilities can get through and around our streets safely. That would be the one drawback. But when I realized that they allow you this exemption, where you can literally take each project individually and break it down and say, hey, listen, we can do the sidewalks, but we can't do the bike lane. Well, that exemption allows us to vote on it as a committee, which I'm obviously a part of the Community Development Advisory Committee, but that committee will be here for many, many, many years to come. And it'll be up to them to see whether or not the projects can fit within the scope of work. And with that exemption, I feel like there's really nothing negative about it because we have the ability to back out of this platform basically whenever we see that it's just not going to fit our work, what we want to put in place. So like I said, they give you flexibility to use it and then not use it. And in that way, I say, okay, with that flexibility, I'm not afraid to go forward with this project.
Very good, thank you. See that?
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm good with that, and I've read this, and I got a little cautious about it because they really push the bike paths and areas for like micro transportation, the electric scooters and all that stuff. And I know a few years ago the state was really pushing that, and I took one of the seminar classes about it. And they were adamant about like, well, if you have two-way traffic, then just shut down half of the traffic and make it into a one-way so you can get that bike path. And I like, yeah, that's not going to flow in our town if we start making every street one way because we can't do two-way traffic and have a bike path, and be safe about it. So that was the only concern I had. But with the exemption clause on it and to know that our communities vote in those exemptions, basically, we have a checks and balance to make sure that we can still do this.
It's local control, which
Right.
is awesome. Instead of like a committee in Boston that you have to
I'd
submit
be worried if it
paperwork
was
to.
Boston saying
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
No,
I
you're going to
agree.
have to make that a one-way. Yeah.
I
Make
also,
Southbridge Road a one-way or something like that. No, that's not gonna happen.
I also want to add, in Article 9, the use of public ways and places, Section 1, sidewalks, A, obstruction, no person shall operate or ride a horse, bicycle, cart, skateboard, or inline scooter, and similar device of any public sidewalk or parking or permits to stand on any sidewalk as to obstruct pedestrians or public travel. So if we have this in our bylaw, we need a place for the bicycles. Because the streets are so dangerous here because people speed up so much that kids tend to go on the sidewalk with their bicycle. So this is a good thing.
Yeah, it definitely will help where we can implement it. It'll definitely make it safer for everyone. And then again, the state's going to really help us pay for those upgrades through these grants. And like the nice part is like they say, you can apply for one grant every year until you hit your $300,000+ max. And then at the end of the third year, reset button, start all over, you know. So maybe this year it's new crosswalks and light signals downtown. Maybe next year it's a new sidewalk on South Street leading to the elementary school. I mean, again, there's endless options, and through this program, you know, like I said, I think we can really utilize this to take care of some of the measures that we really can't afford to do ourselves. I mean, I wanted to do those crosswalks downtown and put the solar powered flashing beacons that you hit the crosswalk button, everything lights up, everybody sees that you want to cross the road, traffic stops, and you get a safe opportunity. But that system just costs thousands and thousands of dollars to install, and this grant would pay for that, where we wouldn't have to come up with that money. If I mean, you don't have to go far. Go to West Brookfield, go right through the center of West Brookfield, Route 9. You'll see those crossing signals set up and down the road. Those were all paid for West Brookfield by Complete Streets.
So the recent work there, that was all complete streets, you know, that happened?
Not all of it. Sections of it were complete streets, which is the nice thing is you can incorporate complete streets grants into other projects. So if, hey, we got money for the road surface and we got money for this sidewalk or this retaining wall or that, but there's no extra money for these extra safety devices and these extra things, you can individually apply for these grants to pay.
Cool. Very good.
I'm good.
Any more discussion?
No, no.
I think it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, it sounds great.
Can we have a motion, please?
Yep. I'll make a motion. Oh, where are we at?
Number 3.
All right. I'll make a motion to adopt a complete street policy.
Do I hear a second?
Second,
All in favor?
David Dufresne, aye.
Richi Hacker, aye.
Derek Bailey's aye. Motion approved. Congratulations to the highway and to the whole town.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Thank you very much. Okay, next, review and possible vote on a contract amendment between the town and Central Massachusetts Regional Planning Commission for the administration of FY21 Massachusetts Community Development Fund Program. Anticipated vote.
Basically, it's just from December 31st to
Yeah, we're just
March.
extending the
Just
dates.
a couple months.
Yeah, just from December to March, or January to March.
I'm good with it.
This is what we call CMRPC. And it's all good things so far from them, so I think it's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just an extension.
Do I have a motion?
All right. I'll make a motion to approve the amendment of the contract with Central Mass Regional Planning Commission for the administration of FY21 Mass Community Development Fund Program.
Do I hear a second?
second,
All in favor?
David Dufresne, aye.
Richi Hacker, aye.
Derek Bailey's aye. Motion approved. Moving
Derek
forward.
needs to sign that.
Sign.
Sign it.
Thank you.
Next, we have a discussion with possible vote to enter into a contract between the town and All Vision General Contracting LLC for the Senior Center Improvement Project, Community Development Block Grant Funds. Anticipated vote.
Okay, so this is for radon testing.
We're on number 5, is that what you read?
Yeah, so I guess the state now is requiring, in a lot of cases where you're doing modifications, to do radon testing.
It's a good idea.
So this was a little bit, from what I understand from Jim, this was like a sort of last minute thing.
Okay.
And I believe, can you confirm this, that CMRPC is actually gonna pay for this? I'm pretty sure that's what Jim said. Because it was sort of like added after we had already kind of defined the project and everything, so. I don't think there will not be any cost to us.
Okay.
It's $1,000, $3,000.
I'm good with it. It's something that should be done anyways in any of the older properties and stuff.
It's a dirt basement too,
Yeah.
so yeah.
We should make sure that there's nothing in there that could hurt the seniors, especially with all the money we're investing in the building,
Yeah.
to make sure that they're safe. Because we might have to do some mitigation for something like this, if we can mitigate it.
Yeah.
Might just be moving the air out of there better, or,
Yeah, yeah.
you know, we're doing other things.
Good, let's move on.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Joe Condrat, resident. When I was on the Board of Health, I learned about radon gas. It's basically found in cellars. It is mostly noticeable in basement apartments. Over time, say if you had an apartment in a cellar for 10 years, you might die of lung cancer and not realize how you got it. Radon is a colorless, odorless gas that is primarily comes up through the cellar when you're building close to bedrock. We probably have about 10 or 15 houses in this town that have cellar apartments where that might be found. A radon detector runs probably about $120, and any landlord who is going to rent a basement apartment could easily buy one, even at Walmart. It's just one of those things that I found out about when I was on the Board of Health.
Thank you, Joe.
What about just regular basements?
Most regular basements, say if they put in a new basement, it's probably got a cement flooring.
Okay, so that's, yeah.
It mitigates how much radon is going to come through.
Right,
It
okay,
would probably go through the outside walls to climb up.
yeah.
But it's basically a basement apartment that's primarily affected.
Okay.
It is naturally occurring.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not anything anybody does. It naturally occurs, and it happens in the area. And, you know, it's good for us to check up to make sure it's not happening, so we can mitigate it, and you can do things to limit any type of exposure, or, you know, mitigate the radon environment, so.
well, this would be good too, because there may be grants to mitigate it too.
Right.
And if we've got a level that's concerning or even borderline, we might be able to find a grant to,
Right.
like you said, do ventilation or whatever's
Or
necessary.
if anything, it's just a peace of mind thing, where we sit there and,
Yeah.
well, we know, we've tested in there, and we know there's no radon, so we're good.
Yeah,
So, I think it's a good idea.
yeah, I agree.
Go for it.
All right, I'll make a motion to accept and sign a contract with Walter Irwin Radon Mitigation.
Do I have a second?
Second,
All in favor?
David Dufresne, aye.
Richi Hacker, aye.
Derek Bailey's aye. Motion approved.
Wasn't there 2 spots to sign?
I didn't see another spot.
Oh, that was,
Yeah, that was
Huh,
their
I wonder what that
signature and their signature.
Okay.
And they
there you go.
put in the request.
You said 2 spots?
No, just one.
This one,
Back?
It's all set, yeah.
thank you. The next one has 2.
Yeah.
Sorry, somebody in the public asked a question, but I don't think it belongs to this point right now. Maybe later for the comments. Okay, next we have warrants and bills.
Nope,
No.
number 6.
Oh, we're going back to number 6. Number 6, discussion with a possible vote to enter into a contract between the town and All Vision General Contracting LLC for the Senior Center Improvement Project Community Development Block Grant Fund anticipated vote.
Okay, this is for the bulkhead door replacement, side exit, door replacement, loading dock improvements, permits and fees. Yep,
It's all straightforward.
yep, I'm good.
Wow, All Vision was a low bid. I mean, it went from, their bid is about 9,800 all the way up to almost $25,000 for bids.
Yeah.
Cool.
A lot of work to do too.
Yeah.
And I know Mr. Ferraro will be all over them about making sure they're doing it right too. And
Yeah.
all of us will be checking it out too, so,
I think we're good to do a motion then.
yep.
Yep.
All right, I'll make a motion to accept and sign a contract with All Vision General Contracting LLC.
Do I have a second?
Second,
All in favor?
David Dufresne, aye.
Rich Ihacker, aye.
Derek Bailey's aye, motion approved.
Okay, there's 2 places to sign. There's this one, and then this one, and then Rich, if you'll witness his signature.
Oh, boy.
It's just like a mortgage signature.
Yeah.
This is actually a mortgage, yes. By the way, thank you for paying off my house for me.
That's your house, this next one's mine. That's why I
Yeah,
have to witness
this
it.
too.
Yeah. All right, I saw you sign it.
You saw, you count my,
I did. yeah.
okay,
Got the 2 taps?
actually 5 taps.
5.
Taps.
I thought it was 7.
He's
You
getting
never
there.
know.
He's building up to it.
Oh,
Is that a blue pen?
huh?
Is that a blue pen?
What? Yeah, blue, see blue.
It writes red.
Thank you.
Okay, now warrants and bills.
All right. I'll make a motion to pay the following warrants. PR 21 for $111,000 and $17.60. AP 27 for $68,931.07. AP 28 for $337,269.66.
Just for everyone, what's PR and IP?
Purchase request and.
No.
No, it's
Payroll.
Payroll
payroll and
and
Accounts payable.
accounts payable.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second,
All in favor?
David Dufresne, aye.
Rich Ihacker, aye.
Derek Bailey's aye, motion approved. Bills now.
Bills. Make a motion to pay the following bills. Weston and Sampson for a total amount of $8,702. Lowell's for $1,065.10. Entree Technologies for $2,718.56. Stericycle for $128.37. Comcast Business for $279.89. C2MA Adams 2 LLC for a total amount of $1,007. Pine Ridge Technologies for $334.50. American Tower for $2,288. Hamden Communication for $1,500. City of Northampton, Smith College for $6,949.
Very good. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
David Dufresne, aye.
Richi Hacker, aye.
Derek Bailey's aye. Motion approved. Next, we have approval of any meeting minutes where I need to abstain for December 19th. Right? Is that the only minutes we have?
No, we have, and then we have one on January 9th.
January 9. Okay, so why don't you
So I'll
guys-
make a motion to approve the December 19th meeting minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second.
We-
All in favor?
Richi Hacker, aye.
David Dufresne, aye.
And I'm
Motion
abstaining.
passed. And then I'll make a motion to approve the meeting minutes for January 9th, 2025.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
David Dufresne, aye.
Richi Hacker, aye.
Derek Bailey's aye. Motion approved. New business. Hear none. Old business.
Yeah, no, I have nothing.
Okay.
I was gonna bring up something, but.
As old business? Or as new
No,
business?
new business, but
Okay.
I'm good.
Old business?
I don't have anything.
Me neither.
Old business? No. Correspondence?
Okay. Correspondence.
I don't have any.
Nope,
No,
nothing.
nothing.
Oh, I do have one thing.
Tell us.
I got a phone call from the new director of the Housing Authority here in town, and the entire
Board
board
resigned.
resigned, except for one person. So
Yeah.
she was asking me, how do we get you guys to appoint new people? So I kind of went through, she asked to write up and just put it in the newspaper. We have to put it on the thing for 2 weeks, and then we can go from there.
That's so bad.
What happened?
I'm not really sure.
They didn't like the food. It was great, remember?
Or did you go to their?
No,
Yeah.
I think it had to do with,
It's internal politics with them.
yeah.
It's always kind of struggled, right? The board has always been kind of in turmoil.
But the new director seems really nice, and she was
She's
very
very nice.
pleasant, and she was really good to work with today.
Mm.
So I think that's gonna be good. I think that, so we just,
Do board members have to be residents?
no.
Okay, so that's maybe Joe
We have
wants
to
to do
have
them.
one that is a resident, but
But everybody
other than
else.
that, we do not have to have.
Okay, so we need to make that clear that anybody could,
That's what I made it clear to her today.
Yeah,
That we
so
only
they
had to have one
advertise.
that was a resident. The rest of them do not need to be a resident.
yeah?
Okay, so we'll help, or you will help them get them going, and then we come over here and appoint.
Right, yep. So she said she's gonna get in the paper this next week, so it'll be,
She has 2 weeks to get all the documents in. Because you're going training.
yep.
No more correspondence?
Think so? That's
No.
it?
Okay, so we gonna move on to comments and concerns. No comments.
I have one. I'm just waiting.
You have
No,
it?
you can do yours first.
Okay, so on Facebook, I've noticed lately that there's a lot of griping about Comcast.
Yes.
Service, pricing, abysmal customer service. Like, people who want to drop cable and keep the internet, get a big runaround. It just sounds like a mess. And I go back to, we had talked and visited with Whip City Fiber. And we also have the Verizon fiber thing going in, but that's.
We have the Verizon fiber
take a-
project coming in.
It's gonna be a few years at least, so, but I don't know if it's worth revisiting. I mean, it's not a cheap endeavor, but I just keep thinking, if you're paying, let's say, $150 to Comcast right now, and you're unhappy, if we had that set up, you'd be paying $150 to the town instead. It goes back into the town. It's
Well, I
your
think
own
they're
community.
complaining because they are paying $150
Well,
for it.
yeah,
It
I
is
get that.
expensive. It's expensive everywhere, and all I could say is, if you can't do Comcast or Xfinity, DirecTV is pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm very happy with my DirecTV, but I can't get, Comcast or Xfinity either. And we also have the Verizon lines going in, so people are gonna be able to stream.
Yeah.
And, with high-speed internet. So that's gonna be an option, so they'll have that open up to them too. And with that being installed, there's chances that there might be competition. The problem with Xfinity and Comcast is all these corporations have a monopoly on these communities.
Yeah, I
Because they
know.
don't break up the lines and say, okay, so, say Greater Cable is gonna take this section of the town, or this road, and Comcast will take this section of the road or this house. They're not gonna do that. They want the whole thing, and then everybody else kinda stays out of it.
Yeah.
So, and Travis is the master of it, so he can explain it best.
Well, that's
Because
why-
there is a lot of griping, and I noticed that too. That's one of the things I was thinking about, I was gonna bring up, because I seen a lot of people upset.
So, I'm Chairman Cable Advisory. So, some of the comments I seen, well, why'd we stick with Comcast? Why don't we switch? And people don't understand there's millions of dollars of infrastructure all over town. It's not like we can just say, hey, Spectrum, come and take over. That'd be a whole negotiation between Spectrum and Charter. They're in the 20 or 30 years since cable contracts have been a thing, there's been one town in the state of Massachusetts that has successfully booted one company out and went to another.
That's a problem.
Well, what it is because of the cost of infrastructure. Because say Charter wanted to come into town, now they're putting up they'd have to run their own lines. That's millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah, see, that doesn't make sense.
I can speculate, especially, Verizon won that grant to put fiber. As far as TV, who knows? In the future, they might, once they have that built, might seek a cable license. I don't know. I have a theory that might be the case, but really there's not a ton as far as, what can be, who's here in town. That Comcast bought the lines from Media One bought them from Time Warner. There's been 5 cable companies in town over the years, and they just, one closed down, they sell to another. One thing I can say is that people are having issues with Comcast, trying to get a hold of customer service, trying to get things done. That is one of the things, Cable Advisory that we're here for, where the kind of go-between, if you're not getting anywhere trying to get through to Comcast, people can reach out to us. We have people we can contact at Comcast, like government relations, things like that, that I can be like, hey, this person's having an issue with their bill, or, they've been trying to cut down their service, things like that. We have methods we could go through. than just calling customer service.
Yeah, we have residents telling other residents to drive to Boston and just drop your equipment off to them.
Yeah, or
In
Springfield.
Boston, or, yeah, it's like, all right, people aren't gonna make that whole drive all the way to do that. And some people
Right.
just don't have the ability to do that.
Right, and that's some of, that's some of the things we can help facilitate if, they're having trouble getting, they're really adamant about canceling and, Comcast won't. Well, we can call as cable advisory and be like, hey, we have this customer, this is what's going on. That gets government relations involved. It seems like it goes up and down, people complaining, because at the last contract renewal, Comcast provided us that big book, and in there, they have to list how many complaints they've actually received. There wasn't that many. So, the only thing I say is if people really feel they have an issue, technically we can only help with cable TV, or that's all the power we have is with cable TV, but I'm willing to, when it comes to internet and that, provide, what suggestions I can.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of the complaints were over Xfinity,
Yeah.
the Xfinity service. And all I have to say is we have
Eh.
the fiber optic coming to town.
Right.
That's gonna give us really fast, high-speed internet. You also have Starlink, which is expensive, but it's also very good.
Well, one of the
And
thing
you-
I've been mentioning people is a lot of people buy way more bandwidth than they actually need. Like I said, I have one of the lowest packages. I'm at 50 megabytes up and down. And we have one TV that streams basically 24/7 because we just forget to shut it off all the time. 4 people with cell phones, 2 or 3 computers going, one of the kids gaming. We very rarely have a problem with lag in our house. You don't need a ton of speed for most households unless you're like into hardcore gaming and all that. And I think that's one of the issues with pricing is people think, oh, I want the fastest speed. Well, you're paying for more than you're ever going to use, especially if you got slightly older computers. They're never going to process at that speed, so you're just paying for bandwidth you're not using. So, and that's
Slightly
some of
older
the
computers,
suggestions
yeah.
I've made to people. So, but, people are having issues, they can reach out to us and I can see what I can do to help them out. I've been
Can you get
mentioning,
Rich a new computer?
I can get them pretty cheap from our supplier.
Mine's very unhappy these days. I keep getting the blue screen with the frowny face on it.
Oh, you're gonna have to do like Office Space and take it out to a field and smash it up.
Yeah, oh, I'd love to do that. One of those metal shredders. You ever see those things?
But, like I said, people are more than welcome to reach out to us, give us a phone call, send us an email. We'll set up a time with them. I'll look over their bill and, can even reach out to Comcast with, them in the studio, or, I can reach out to Comcast, as time's available and try to work with them.
Travis, is there a difference between the service of Xfinity between internet and, for watching TV?
Well, so Xfinity, you got the cable TV and then you got the internet, and I think Xfinity is also doing, for slightly cheaper than cable, you can get streaming instead of cable through them. That's the difficult part in town is you can cut cable, but then if you want to watch TV, you need internet. It seems like that's been the big gripe is, they're going up on internet pricing and up because more, they're making up where they're losing in cable.
So there are options, and I've been looking into this. There are T-Mobile hotspots where you can buy data and run off of a T-Mobile hotspot in your house, get internet through that.
So,
It's through a cellular signal. You have
Here's,
Starlink you can use. You also, which some of those dish networks, I don't recommend because it's very expensive and it costs you a lot more money but you can use those. So there are other options out there. Or you could use your own cell phone as a mobile hotspot. Get a cheap cell phone and use that as a mobile hotspot for things.
I mean, as far as Verizon getting that grant, I'm pretty sure it was by December 2026 they have to have major project completion. So, you know, another 2 years and
Okay. So they'll be
and
doing
that's
this
supposed to
year.
reach every property in town. Because
Except for me.
that was the whole point of the grant was they had to reach
Except for
everywhere
me.
in town.
So,
Yeah, they excluded David
so
Street.
if the issue
for
is,
Verizon?
Yeah.
Oh, really? wouldn't surprise
I'm
me.
joking, but it's like, there's nothing out there.
Yeah, well, and I think, well, and that, you know, that's how Comcast looks at it, you know, it's costing them X amount of dollars to run line to, you know, the street, and they're gonna get, what, 1-2 customers? It'd be, you know, 50 years before they make up that money.
Yeah, there's a few $100,000 to run the line up the road. You know, like,
so if the issue they're looking at is customer service, right? You guys can help.
That's something we can definitely help, you know,
Is that official where you could?
yeah,
we could
that
put
that
on,
is
you know,
that is one
put
of
out
like
there.
the what cable advisory committees are for is we're supposed, you know, obviously make sure Comcast is upholding their obligations in the cable license. We're supposed to help when residents on cable are having issues with the provider, where that kind of go between customer, government, and Comcast. So we're the first step there.
So to finish this, I just want to share my own experience with Xfinity, and what I do is what I pay is for the Xfinity internet service. You get 50, I'm getting 2,000. I use a lot of stuff. And I never spoke with somebody. I just use the app, and I change equipment, I change plans, and get promotions on the app. I never had any need to go to customer service. And then I get DirecTV for, you know, look for some channels. And so when it's cloudy, when there's a storm and DirecTV doesn't work, we stream, and vice versa. But if maybe because they rely so much on the app for customer service, there's a lack of customer service, and it's very good that you're helping the residents. But I would like to make it public, you know, and promote it so they know they can come to you.
Yeah, that's why, you know, I figured I'd come down, because I'm like, I come to realize very few people realize that's, you know, part of the charge of the Cable Advisory Committee is, you know, holding Comcast accountable for the contract and being that go-between if people, you know, residents aren't feeling they're getting anywhere with Comcast.
have you made a post?
I
on
can
it?
make one, yeah.
For
I had
that?
commented
You
on
did
some of the
mention it,
comments
yeah.
on Facebook, like, you know, hey, feel free to reach out to Cable Advisory, you know, and discuss it with us. We can help you
I will
out.
suggest you to make a small flyer and put it on the town's page. Send it to Karen, put it on our web's page,
Yeah.
you know, to help people.
Okay.
And I'll say this, there's that like button area on the website, and you want to go to Warren Local Access TV, right?
So it's,
'Cause that is-
that one, ours is on, it's when you
Because
go
it
to
says
board.
contact the cable committee.
Yeah, so there's, that button just has Warren Cable Access, but I not able to get on that part of the site. If you go to, I think it's departments, so there's the
Okay, so under
WCAT.
departments?
What do you mean you can't get on that side of it?
That, on the home page, there's that button that, it's got the little squares.
Yeah.
And one of them says Warren Cable Access TV, or Cable Access TV, something like that. My login I can't get onto that one little thing.
So
He's gonna change that.
I've been
right now.
meaning to talk to you, but then it's like, all right, I'm having enough trouble navigating that site, and
The site is a little bit of a
yeah,
problem
and
for
then
us.
it's like, okay, well, you guys just approved, you know, doing a new site, so I'm like, well, we'll just hold off for a little bit longer.
All right, so if you go under departments and then G through Z and then WCAT 12, at the
Yeah,
bottom
that
of the list.
should have our phone, our extension, our email.
Yeah,
413-436-5720.
yeah.
Yeah, that's direct to the studio, and then we have I think it's 117 is the extension if you call the main town hall number.
Or you hit me and
Yeah.
I transfer you.
Well, thank you very much. We appreciate your help.
Yeah, anytime.
Thank you. Speaking of Facebook, people are commenting about that new place in West Warren, the food.
Oh, tropical something or other.
Yeah, that hasn't opened up yet. Somebody asked me about that and said, are you guys holding up that project? And I'm like, I have no clue what's going on with that project.
Yeah, they mentioned it there. Do you know anything about it?
They are having issues with getting everything done that they need to get done for the Board of Health.
Oh, okay.
So because we did not have a health inspector all the other times that there was restaurants going in, the health inspector went in and there were several things that need to be done
Okay.
before they can open up. So I know that Jessica, even though she was covered in hives, had the lady come in and talk to her on Wednesday. So hopefully they can get done what they need to get done.
Okay. Hopefully they can resolve it
Yeah.
soon. Any more comments or concerns from the board?
I don't have anything else.
From the public? Is Joe?
A couple things. Joe Condrat, resident. Well, first of all, with the Boston Post cane, I haven't found it. If Mrs. Buck is listening, since she's chair of the Historical Commission, and she used to be the head librarian, maybe in her past, she came across it. I can tell you that between 1875 and 1980, 174 people were over the age of 90 who died in this town. 6 of them were over the age of 100. It would still be nice if we could, if not with the cane, issue a plaque or a citation to the oldest person in town, because then it would show that we actually care about them. And the other thing I would like to talk about is the fact that tonight the governor, in her State of the State speech, is supposed to reiterate that she wants background inquiry checks on all the illegals in the state who are using the state-sponsored public housing. She ordered it 6 months ago, but obviously it never happened. So tonight again, she's ordering it. It will happen, and as she said last week, Massachusetts is not a sanctuary state. That's up to individual cities and towns. I am hoping that people realize we are not going to allow criminals to stay in this state. Thank you.
I think that's even for everyone, right? Any criminal action, either wherever you are from, it
Yeah.
goes to jail.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of the plague, what do you think about, maybe having somebody in charge of looking for a plague, or we can nominate somebody to get that going, if you...
For the oldest person?
Yeah. Maybe you can appoint somebody.
I nominate Joe.
Second.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
There you go, Joe.
Thanks, guys.
You already got the first name. You're all the way there.
Joe, I have a friend that does plaques, so.
There we go.
So those who bring a concern to us but doesn't have a solution, becomes the solution.
Yeah.
Right.
See how Travis came and brought the problem about customer service? Now we have been promoting his service to help people.
I love you too.
Any other concerns in the public?
Who else?
Careful, we might appoint you to something.
No. Hi, Tim Barshin. Oh, so last week I was talking about the what was it?
Debate committee.
You guys remember? That's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, we were here.
So, I think we determined, I guess we stated that we're gonna have a night or day or whatever it may be, right? Is that a given?
So.
Candidate night?
So I'm passing the message to a professor at the school who teaches all that kind of things, and he may want to take over that.
Okay.
And so we are not involved. They will do their own thing. We will only provide the access for them to get it
Right.
done.
Yeah, I think I kind of misspoke last time. I wasn't asking you guys to do anything about it. I was trying to find out what the procedure is, so.
So if he
Yeah.
can't do it, we'll talk to you. Maybe you want to do it.
No, no, I think you have to get a moderator. I looked back on the last one we had, which was many years ago, and there was a moderator. And the next thing is, okay, let's have the pre-submitted questions or whatever. That's fine. But also, after that, let's have another segment where we can ask questions about what they said. How would that work for you guys or for anybody?
I don't know. Again, that's gonna be up to the.
I think once they, kind of like take control of it and are willing to do it from their part and contact the moderator, all those suggestions can come into play and have you guys decide it. Make you guys make your, it's gonna be your own project.
Okay, so, but when are we gonna decide whether or not this is gonna
Well,
get done?
next meeting, I'll have news for you.
Okay.
It will be in the, old business?
Sure.
News?
Yeah, put it on the agenda.
Well, you guys are supposed to recollect from what we said. Like, if someone comes up here with a concern,
Well,
obviously you can't answer something that night, then you bring it back again. That's what you guys agreed on, right, I think?
Yep.
Okay. Now, other towns did that, but they made a motion for that. I don't know if you guys have to do the same, or?
But again, we're not, we're staying
We
out of
can't.
it because
we're
we're
out of the
elected.
equation.
No, I'm talking about anybody that comes in here with a concern.
They
A lot of
will,
times.
they will have the how they're gonna do it, if they're
Right.
gonna have, allow people to, submit questions. the
No, I understand.
moderator, It's their thing.
No,
We will-
if someone comes in with a concern and you can't answer it that night, what they do in other meetings is they bring it up, the very first thing when they first start the meeting, for instance. They say, well, gonna address what Mr. Smith said last week. And we found this out. In other words, the person doesn't have to keep coming back week after week after week.
I think in that event, as a night for candidates,
Yeah.
if they ask a question and they don't answer it, that's it.
Okay, he's not asking that. What he's asking is if someone else brought a concern and you guys couldn't answer it
board.
for the board, and you couldn't answer it that night, how does it stay on the agenda?
Oh, just like I said, if you ask me something right now and I don't have the answer, I'll
Right.
say, sir, I don't know the answer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look into it, and next meeting, it will be on the
Then
agenda.
it goes on the
and-
agenda because I put it there.
Right, but.
Or we
then
put it under
it's
old
on- it's on
business,
us
but
to-
it will
to
be
do the
there.
action.
But it
I
gets
keep
discussed.
track of it.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's just for regular stuff, I thought. Okay.
Yes.
All right, so next week we'll have an idea when it's gonna be or where or whatever.
Not next
2
week,
weeks.
we won't have
The
a
next 2
meeting
weeks.
on the
next 2 weeks.
30th.
That's fine. Okay, and we're definitely gonna have,
But we're not gonna have where, when, how it's structured. All Derek's gonna have
Is
is
pass the message and see if
talk
there's
to
an
the guy,
interest of
and then
doing
that
it.
guy takes care of it. So
We
again,
cannot take part of that
Yeah.
because
Right.
you're running for a position, so you gotta remain neutral and stay out of it. That is a third party that will
Okay.
be able to organize that and run that.
So
But
that's
we'll
the
give you
person.
information next
We
week,
cannot be a
on the
part of
30th.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understood that, right, that's fine. So how do we give input to this person, let's say, the moderator?
Once he shows interest, then you can,
Okay.
his information will be available for people to
Okay.
contact.
And if he doesn't, what's the next move?
Talk to you.
We don't know.
The moderator.
The moderator.
Moderator.
And did we-
Dario Nardi is the moderator.
Nardi's gonna do it, okay.
Well, now, I'm not saying he's gonna do it. You
He
need
is
to
the
talk to
moderator.
him and give him input and saying that something you'd like to see happen. And he can approach the candidates
Right.
and say, hey, residents wanna see this happen,
Okay,
okay? And then, are you guys good with it, whoever the candidates are?
yeah,
And if they want to participate, they don't have to, but if they want to participate, then they can participate and he can coordinate that. But we, as a
Yeah,
board,
I understand
that
that.
somebody may be running for position on this board,
Right.
we cannot be a part of that because
yeah,
it's
no,
conflict.
that makes sense, right, okay. That's what I was trying to find out, how to go about it, so. Okay, we'll wait till the next meeting and I think it's really important, you know.
I will follow up
Yeah.
and give the message, stay out of it, and once if there's interest, you will be the first person to know.
The town will be first. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, sir. And just a comment, Travis, if you're listening, you have access to that section of the website now.
Good job.
Thank
I
you,
don't know if
sir.
it's gonna work, but I gave you access to it, so.
All right, any other from Zoom?
No one on Zoom.
No one on Zoom. Okay,
Was there anything else I needed to fix on the website while I was on here?
Not that
the
I
whole
know of.
website.
Yeah. Start from the bottom and work your way to the top.
Not that I know of.
So, I
Can
would
you-
be very grateful
Okay.
to see a new website come in here.
Can you make a test, please, for me?
What do you need?
Go to this, where you can say, where you can pay.
Unipay.
Unipay, you can, let's try to make an exercise. I wanna pay my sewer bill.
So you wanna go to the sewer department?
Yep. Or Unipay bills, it's on the front page.
Yeah, it's on the first page.
Online payments?
Yep,
Okay, Unipay, yeah.
can you pay? Can you start the process of paying? Sewer?
Where is it on the front page?
You can't do sewer. Sewer is not hyperlinked to Unipay.
Go into the link and click
So-
sewer.
Sewer's not hyperlinked, I don't think, yeah.
No, it's not, but it's part of the, if you click on the link, it will give you
Town of
the option
Warren's
to go
online
sewer.
payment, so we have sewer.
Click on sewer. I get
Sewer.
this,
Search for bill.
you're in sewer?
Yeah.
Cause I got this message saying,
Where's that?
There-
Search for your bill, click here.
What I got.
so I'll repeat it, I'll show it to you. So I'm here in online payments, right?
Mhm.
Click on the link,
For God's sakes.
Yep,
then select sewer.
yep.
So
There you
now
go.
it worked.
There you go. I fixed it for you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Now I can pay my sewer.
That's it, you just fixed it?
I don't know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes I get an error message.
It's whenever you have like, I need a plumber to come over my house to fix this leak,
Yeah.
and it's not leaking anymore. I don't see a leak.
Exactly. Okay, next meeting, it's in 2 weeks. It will be the 30th
Yep,
of January at 6 o'clock.
yes, and Superintendent Duff will be here.
Awesome.
All righty.
Very good. So I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
David Dufresne, aye.
Richi Hacker, aye.
Derek Bailey's aye. We are
Adjourn.
adjourned.